Joel, I think I found something.
Whoa!
What?
No, nothing. It's just your forehead seems bigger than last season.
I think I found a way through.
I'm sorry. That was acting. That's what that was. I don't really care what happens with this movie. I really hope her career is pretty much over. I'd be thrilled to see that. I can't imagine. I mean, Christian, you tell me.
Ellie still looks and acts like a 14-year-old from season 1, even though she's supposed to be 19.
Yes, maybe we can prop it open with something and you can slide.
Whoa! Oh my god, what?
Is it getting bigger?
Stop it.
No, seriously, what's with that?
It's fine, Joel.
Does it hurt?
Joel, please. You're making me self-conscious.
I'm sorry, it's just a little bit startling.
Normal head, Joel. Can we just get back to the door things?
Planetary.
Leave it.
It's gonna have its own area code soon.
Like most people, I liked the first season. I thought they did a great job. Season 2, I was skeptical on them not recasting Ellie and keeping Bella Ramsey as Ellie because it's supposed to take place 5 years into the future, but obviously Bella Ramsey in real life was not going to age that much in, the 2 years it took between seasons. So in the show, Ellie still looks exactly the same, but is supposed to be 5 years older. Also, Ellie still acts exactly the same.
What started as a blockbuster career moment has now spiraled into a full-blown legal storm. Bella Ramsey, once hailed as the future face of The Last of Us, is now rumored to be taking HBO to court over what insiders are calling a brutal and silent betrayal. The whispers started quietly. Cancelled scripts, frozen schedules, and a total media blackout on The Last of Us Part 3. Then came the twist no one saw coming. Bella's team is allegedly preparing to sue HBO, claiming unfair termination, reputational sabotage, and breach of contract. Behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood lies a bitter story of corporate silence, fractured trust, and one actress who says she was promised the world, only to be written out without warning. So how did Bella go from Emmy buzz to legal threats? And what did HBO do that sparked such an extreme reaction? Buckle up. This story runs deeper than anyone imagined.
Yes, maybe we can prop it open with something and you can slide.
Whoa! Oh my god, what?
Is it getting bigger?
Stop it.
No, seriously, what's with that?
It's fine, Joel.
Does it hurt?
Joel, please. You're making me self-conscious.
I'm sorry, it's just a little bit startling.
Normal head, Joel. Can we just get back to the door things?
Planetary.
Leave it.
It's gonna have its own area code soon.
For some reason, they made the decision for The Last of Us Season 2 to make Ellie dumb, to the point where she even says that she's stupid. Why? That just kind of betrays the character.
Joel, I think I found something.
Whoa!
What?
No, nothing. It's just your forehead seems bigger than last season.
I think I found a way through.
Sources close to the production say Bella Ramsey was completely blindsided. There was no formal announcement, no respectful phone call, not even a quiet conversation about the future of the series. Instead, rumors started swirling across the internet. Whispers that HBO had shelved The Last of Us 3 indefinitely. At first, fans dismissed it as clickbait, until the silence from HBO became deafening. Even more shocking, Bella reportedly found out the same way the fans did, through social media leaks and press speculation. No warning, no heads up, just gone. To Bella and her team, it wasn't just unprofessional, it was humiliating. And that's when legal advisors were brought in. What followed was a deep dive into contracts, clauses, and confidential correspondences that could shake HBO to its core. But things were about to get even messier.
It's never any fun not being able to go to sleep, just like it wasn't any fun watching Last of Us Season 2. So, in the show, Ellie still looks exactly the same, but is supposed to be 5 years older. Also, Ellie still acts exactly the same. So it really conflicts with what the character is supposed to be portrayed as.
Have you changed up your impression at all, or is it pretty much the same?
Well, the noise is the same. I've not got any more noises in my back pocket. The new infected are pretty terrifying. They're so smart, and they haven't really got a noise. That's the whole point of them, is they're silent and terrifying.
Ooh, give us a little silent and terrifying.
From a legal standpoint, Bella's camp isn't pulling any punches. According to insiders familiar with the early drafts of her contract, HBO had made several informal, and possibly even verbal, assurances that she would play Ellie not just in Season 2, but across multiple future seasons. Now, with her role seemingly erased, Bella's legal team is reportedly exploring breach of contract claims. But there's more. They also claim that HBO's months-long silence and refusal to publicly address Bella's status damaged her professional reputation. By failing to mention her in any future plans and refusing to shut down recasting rumors, the studio allegedly allowed a narrative to grow that Bella was difficult, unwanted, and replaceable. And that narrative It spread like wildfire. The team is even examining potential defamation by omission, a rare but increasingly used legal strategy when a company allows false public perception to harm someone's brand. But while Bella's side was building a case, HBO had their own reasons for staying quiet. Privately, HBO executives weren't just ignoring the backlash, they were studying it, tracking metrics, collecting fan sentiment, analyzing social media trends. And what they found terrified them. The numbers were down, viewer engagement was slipping, petitions calling for Bella's removal were gaining steam, YouTube reaction videos criticizing her performance were racking up millions of views. Internally, HBO made a calculated decision. If Bella's involvement was becoming a liability, maybe the best move was no move at all. No public confirmation, no cancellation, just silence. According to leaks, execs feared that any statement, even in support of Bella, would reignite the backlash, so they stayed quiet. Let the story fade, let Bella fade. But what they didn't anticipate was Bella fighting back. And now, that silence might cost them everything. As news of the rumored termination spread, Bella's fans didn't just sit back, they exploded. Twitter turned into a battleground. Reddit threads surged with theories, and the hashtag Justice for Bella started trending globally. Within 48 hours, over 150,000 fans signed a petition demanding HBO bring Bella back. Others called for transparency, accusing the network of manipulating narratives and ghosting their lead actress to avoid accountability. For Bella's legal team, this public wave of support became a critical weapon. Not only did it show the backlash wasn't one-sided, it proved that the studio's silence had allowed misinformation and speculation to dominate the conversation. Even worse, some posts compiled Bella's deleted tweets, social media clapbacks, and awkward interview clips, twisting them to frame her as toxic or ungrateful. Her lawyers argued this added to a hostile work environment, one HBO did little to control, but then came the real bombshell. Leaked documents, contracts that could shatter HBO's entire defense. Out of nowhere, an anonymous source dropped what looked like a legitimate early draft of Bella Ramsey's TLOU contract. And if real, it changes everything. The document outlined guaranteed appearances for seasons 2 and 3, with optional extensions for spin-offs or future projects. It also hinted at brand endorsements, award campaigns, and even input on script development, all of which would suggest Bella wasn't just a star. She was a strategic centerpiece. Yet none of that ever happened. Season 2 went quiet. Season 3 disappeared. Bella's name faded from press briefings, promotional packages, even official merchandising. Legal analysts were quick to weigh in. If the contract holds up, HBO may have breached both monetary and creative terms, opening themselves up to a lawsuit worth millions. But things weren't just legal now, they were personal. And Bella wasn't the only name dominating the headlines. As speculation about TLOU3's future escalated, another name quietly re-entered the spotlight: Caitlin Dever. For many fans, she was always the ideal choice to play Ellie, a near-identical resemblance to the game's version. Stellar performances in Unbelievable and Dopesick. And now, rumors claim HBO has already contacted her team. According to one insider, HBO is strongly considering a clean slate reboot, one that removes all association with the current cast. Bella's team believes this was the plan all along. Their argument? That Bella was pushed out not because of numbers, but to make way for the fan favorite many wanted in the first place. And if true, that could bolster a legal claim of retaliatory exclusion, a serious allegation in entertainment law. Bella wasn't just dropped, she may have been strategically replaced. And as Dever's name trended, Bella's legal strategy intensified. Meanwhile, whispers from within the studio painted a messier picture. Tensions between Neil Druckmann, HBO producers, and Bella Ramsey had reportedly been building for months. Insiders claim Bella voiced concerns about the Season 2 storyline, pushing back on emotionally exploitative scenes and demanding more nuance in Ellie's arc. At first, producers welcomed the feedback, but over time, it allegedly turned combative. Some said Bella was too outspoken. Others said she was simply passionate. But in Hollywood, those lines blur quickly, especially when money's involved. By the time TLOU3 entered early development talks, multiple parties were reportedly clashing. Druckmann wanted to go darker, HBO wanted safer, Bella wanted control. So HBO made their move. quietly freezing development, dodging press, and letting the controversy burn itself out. But they miscalculated. Because Bella, she wasn't about to fade away. Now, with the lawsuit casting a shadow over everything, both Bella Ramsey's career and the Last of Us franchise are teetering on the edge of a cliff. What was once a story of breakout success and artistic risk has become a cautionary tale. A ticking time bomb waiting to explode. For Bella, the personal cost is undeniable. Her name, once associated with awards buzz and breakout performances, is now being whispered in hushed tones across Hollywood. According to multiple insider reports, she's already been quietly dropped from at least 2 high-profile projects, and meetings that were once a formality are now being postponed indefinitely. Studios are spooked, agents are cautious, and casting directors are hesitant to associate with an actress caught in a legal storm this massive, no matter how talented she is. Some fear controversy, others fear retaliation, but almost all agree Bella's presence now carries weight and risk. Meanwhile, HBO's situation isn't any better. The Last of Us was their golden child, a rare video game adaptation that earned both critical acclaim and massive ratings. But now, that same franchise is at the center of a bitter public fallout that's unraveling everything it once stood for. The legal complaint reportedly includes demands for compensation, public acknowledgement, and even a formal correction from HBO. But legal experts warn, if this goes to court, it won't stop there. Subpoenas could force the release of private emails, internal production notes, and decision-making logs. Testimonies could reveal what really happened in meetings, who pushed for Bella's removal, and whether any promises were made and broken. And the damage wouldn't be limited to legal fees. It would devastate the brand. Fans would see behind the curtain, and what they find might permanently alter their connection to the story. This is no longer about Ellie. It's about trust, integrity, power, and betrayal. The Last of Us was built on themes of survival and sacrifice. But ironically, its real-world future now hinges on something far more brutal: litigation and PR. If HBO chooses to settle, they may admit guilt. If they fight, they risk everything being dragged into the spotlight. And for Bella, this lawsuit could be the boldest move of her life, or the moment that defines her career forever. So now we're left with the ultimate question. Is this a fight for justice, or a move driven by revenge? Supporters argue Bella Ramsey is doing what few in Hollywood ever dare, standing up for herself. They see her as a young artist who gave everything to a brutal, thankless role, only to be tossed aside when the pressure got too high. To them, this lawsuit isn't a cry for attention. It's a demand for respect in an industry that too often discards the very people it claims to elevate. But critics see it differently. They say Bella was miscast from the start, that the backlash was deserved, and that HBO had every right to move in a new direction. To them, this legal action feels like a power play. One last effort to stay relevant in a story that had already moved on without her. And somewhere in the middle, millions of fans who just wanted to see their favorite game brought to life and are now watching it burn from the sidelines. No matter where you stand, one thing is painfully clear. The Last of Us is no longer just a show. It's a battleground. Contracts, reputations, and millions of dollars hang in the balance. And the next move, whether it's a courtroom showdown or a backroom settlement, could redefine not just this franchise, but how Hollywood handles its rising stars moving forward. So, what do you think? Was Bella Ramsey unfairly terminated, or was HBO justified in moving on? Is this a battle for justice, or a warning to every young actor who dares to speak up? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into Hollywood's biggest feuds, cover-ups, and untold stories. Because if there's one thing this town has taught us, it's that the truth always comes out, just never the way you expect it.